Hi, my name is Brian Dudley, and I'm part of the owner-operator team out here in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'll take you through the presentation, Owned and Operated Pride, what it takes to be an owner-operator at Swift Transportation. This presentation is not intended to be a complete breakdown of everything you will need to know to become a successful owner-operator. It is intended to give you a high-level review of some of the key items to prepare for and consider prior to becoming an owner-operator. In this presentation, I will cover 7 different topics that are important to running a successful owner-operator business. The items will not be covered with a boots-on-the-ground type view, but rather a 10,000-foot overview with some key thoughts and suggestions. As an independent contractor, contracts will be used to define expectations and responsibilities. We strongly encourage you to read and understand the contracts prior to the day you actually sign contracts. The day you sign contracts, you'll have a lot of things going on, and it'll be much easier to focus on the content if you read them beforehand. Both the Swift contract agreement and the IL lease contract are available on the kiosk for your review at any time. Both contracts are exactly as the same as the ones you'll be signing. The only thing that will change is the specifics such as your information and the truck-specific information. Be sure to ask your recruiter any questions you may have, and be sure to keep a copy of your signed contracts for your records. As I mentioned, you'll be signing 2 separate contracts. One contract with Swift to haul our freight, and one contract to lease your tractor. The Swift contract agreement is between yourself and Swift, and it defines items such as how much is paid for what services provided. Swift sets the safety rules. You decide what you pull and where you go. The finance contract is a separate contract you will sign to lease your truck. Whether you lease or purchase your truck from IEL, Wells Fargo, Inland Kenworth, Freightliner of Arizona, or any other finance company, we suggest, in addition to understanding the entire contract, you clearly understand the length of the contract, the warranty, the weekly payment, excess mileage charge, the payoff, consequences of a default, and your end-of-lease options. Your revenue will be generated on the miles you turn. We use a 10,000 mile per month benchmark as the milestone you need in order to get a benefit financially from being an owner. Obviously, the more miles you get, the more you outrun your fixed expenses and increase your net earnings. It is important to understand that Swift does not guarantee to provide any amount of miles to our owners, and the owners running over the road are free to turn down any load offered to them. The can-do owners are very successful at Swift. The can-do owner-operator is willing to hang iron, take a load to the northeast, take a load that is over 40,000 pounds, to help a planner out in a pinch. They are willing to be part of the team. They understand that there are going to be some good days and some bad days, but always handle their business professionally. The can-do owners put themselves in a position actually to end up with more good loads than probably the average owner. Time management is the key to productivity. When you're out on the road and away from your family, you want to make the most of your time. As an owner, you really need to understand the different freight cycles throughout the year. You want to be out working when the freight is plentiful and schedule your home time and maintenance when freight is typically slower. As an owner, you have several different ways to run your business. You can run as a solo, just as the majority of our current owners do today. Swift also offers our owners the opportunity to train our students. It's a great way to increase the productivity on your truck while passing on your skills and knowledge to our new drivers. And finally, run your business as a team operation is the best way to get the most miles and really drive down your fixed cost per mile, which makes the miles you drive more valuable. Moving on to your truck and the warranty. Not all warranties are created equal. When you're shopping for a truck, be sure to compare what warranty you are getting. You need to understand what your warranty covers for what time and/or miles. Most warranty items have a time limit or miles limit, and the warranty is usually limited to what comes first, the time or the miles. Maintenance and wear-related items are not covered under warranty. Items such as brake shoes, filters, belts, hoses, tires, etc. are not warrantable. Warranty coverage is limited to parts that fail during normal operation. Items which are broken or fail due to abuse and/or lack of maintenance will not be covered. Your truck is your tool. You got to keep the saw sharpened. Preventive maintenance is the key to keeping your repair cost as low as possible, downtime minimized, and fuel economy maximized. It's always cheaper to run a well-maintained truck that is repaired out on the road as little as possible. Don't just pencil whip your pre- and post-trip inspections. It is important for both safety and maintaining a healthy truck. Thoroughly inspect both the tractor and trailer. On the truck, look for air lines or hoses rubbing, look for loose bolts and screws, always ensure your fluids are full, look for drips and leaks. Make note of what you find, so next time you're in for a B service, you can have a minor problem corrected before it becomes a big problem that puts you on the side of the road. If you're broke down out on the road, our on-road service team is a great option available to our owners to provide assistance. They will line up the service, provide expert advice, ensure you get the swift pricing, and facilitate payment. There is a $30 charge for their service, but I believe you will see the benefit in how well they get you back up and running. The Swift Shop Network is another great option provided to our owners. Swift has one of the most competitive labor rates and parts pricing in the country. The Swift shops are most likely very familiar with your make and model truck and know how to get them back up and running. And of course, as an owner, you have a choice to take your truck to any of the many great dealerships or distributors out there. And once at an outside shop, you can facilitate and pay for the repairs yourself, or you can call and engage on-road for assistance. Below is a table that lays out an expected cost per mile based on the age and miles of your truck. The cost per mile will include your B services, tires, and out-of-warranty repairs. Obviously, as a truck gets older and has more miles, your cost will increase as it takes more money to maintain the truck, and some items start falling out of warranty. There are two things to consider with this information. First, you have got to save for repairs. Your truck will break down and need repairs. Your truck will need to be serviced. You will need to get new tires. If you save your money on a per mile basis, when those repairs do occur, you will already have the money saved up. Second, this information represents the average truck and the average owner. You have an opportunity to be better than average if you really maintain your truck, and the savings will drop to your bottom line. Next, let's go through miles per gallon. As an owner, you have got to live and breathe miles per gallon. Diesel fuel will be your biggest expense per mile. It is also the one expense that you have the most control over. In your business, you will have things that you will have the control of the outcome in. There will be things that you can influence your way, but not every time. Then there are those items that you'll be concerned about, but can do nothing to change. Miles per gallon is inside your circle of control. I don't have time in today's presentation to go into all the details of fuel, but the difference between an owner getting 6 miles per gallon and 7 miles per gallon is $12,000 per year. For our average solo owner, that would be over an 8-cent per mile raise in pay. Miles per gallon makes a huge impact on your bottom line. Swiss fuel rebate is paid on loaded miles, and the amount paid is based on the U.S. DOE price of diesel. As the national price of diesel rises and falls, so does our fuel rebate amount paid. But no matter the price of diesel, our fuel rebate is designed to get our average owner-operator's net cost of fuel to $1.46 per gallon. So you don't need to be concerned with the market swings in the price of diesel. You can stay focused on your circle of control and work to maximize your miles per gallon. Some keys to maximize miles per gallon include: slow your speed between 60 and 62, minimize your idle, heavy and slow. This is not only a big one for fuel economy, but a huge for your miles productivity. First, on the fuel side. On the heavy loads, slow down an additional 2 miles per hour to offset the effect weight has on your fuel economy. On the mile side, way too many owners turn down good loads with good miles and good velocity because they say the loads are too heavy and they can't make any money on the load. That is just not true, particularly if you slow down. Heavier loads is how the entire trucking industry is trending, as shippers try to get the most out of every truckload they ship. You also want to keep current on your preventive maintenance, slow starts and stops, minimize the gap between your tractor and trailer, and use progressive shifting. Money is one of the reasons many folks become owners, and it requires a good amount of effort and focus to manage it well. We recommend that you not only budget for your business, but also for your household. If budgets are not in alignment, you can see how quickly that will cause problems. Just like a good company driver, you need to save money during the good freight times so that the slower part of the year comes around, you are financially prepared. I had mentioned it earlier, but it's worth repeating here that saving for your inevitable repairs and maintenance is critical to your business. If you save the right amount per mile based on the miles and the age of your truck, you will 9 times out of 10 have plenty of money to cover your repairs. As an owner, you are responsible for paying your tax bill. Swift does not withhold any taxes on your settlements. As an owner, you are expected to pay your tax liability every quarter. I'll talk on the next slide about a great company that can assist with this part of your business. And finally, be sure to have a plan for your health benefits. You can shop around and find many different options available to owner-operators, or you can consider using your spouse's. Swift has a vendor we recommend. It is Independent Truckers Group. They have many good options available from health, dental, and vision insurance to disability and even life insurance for owner-operators. It's important to consider using a professional business tax company. They can help you navigate the business side of being an owner-operator and help ensure your taxes are properly handled. I wanted to spend a few minutes here and talk about ATBS. ATBS is American Truck Business Services, and they are based out of Denver, Colorado. They have been in business since 1998, and they are the largest business services provider for owner-operators with over 40,000 clients. They offer a one-stop service for all your accounting, tax, and business consulting needs. No one provides more tax and business services to owner-operators than ATBS. These folks are not only tax experts, but they truly know the owner-operator business and have worked closely with Swift for many years. You can see their suite of services listed here. Now let's take a look at the revenue for an owner. It's pretty straightforward. Our over-the-road loaded rate per mile is 92 cents. We do pay loyalty pay, and it's based on your time of service as an owner-operator, not your total time at Swift. You can see it starts at the beginning of your 3rd year and adds half a penny a year all the way through your 7th year. You will top out at 94.5 cents per mile. Our empty rate per mile is 81 cents. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a fuel rebate in the contract that pays on all loaded miles a set amount per mile that is benchmarked on the U.S. DOE National Average Price of Diesel. As the price of diesel rises and falls, so will the amount we pay on the fuel rebate. But no matter the price of diesel, our fuel rebate is set up to get the average owner-operator net cost of diesel to $1.46 per gallon. Whether the price of diesel is $3 a gallon or $5 a gallon, our fuel rebate will get the average owner-operator to a net cost of fuel of $1.46 per gallon. And then we do have a set schedule in the contract for accessorial pay for things like stop pay, unload pay, jog pay, pallet jack pay, etc. Moving on to expenses. Some of the charges come out on a weekly fixed basis, others are variable costs, and then there are some one-time charges collected over several months. For the fixed expenses, if you're an IEL customer, you will have your weekly truck payment deducted. If you elect to get your Qualcomm from Swift, there will be a $20 rental fee for the unit and usage fees. Then there are the required insurance charges for collision, bobtail, and OCAC. If you are an IEL customer, they will pay your FHUT, the Federal Highway Use Tax, on your behalf and then charge it back to you at $15 per week. There are some additional fixed charges per week that are optional. They include the pre-pass, ATBS tax service, and glass insurance. Fuel will be your biggest variable cost. The amount charged will be based on the pump price and how many gallons you take. Fuel tax is based on federal and state calculations. Fuel tax typically runs about a penny, penny half per mile. On the other expenses, if you get into an IEL lease with zero cash up front, IEL will collect the required initial rent of $27 at $100 per week. So after paying IEL an additional $100 a week for 27 weeks, that charge will drop off. Swift requires a performance bond from all owners of $1,500. That will be collected for 30 weeks at $50 per week until it's collected in full, and then that charge will drop off. Now let's take a look at the estimated net weekly settlements before tax. These numbers are based on the owner running 7% deadhead, 8% out-of-route miles, getting 6.5 miles per gallon, and your truck's cost per mile at 4 cents. These numbers also assume that you have paid in full your Swift performance bond of $1,500 and your IEL initial rent of $2,700. You can see the sole opportunity can produce a weekly settlement of $827 per week, which would equal 36 cents per mile or an annual settlement of $42,000. If you decide to run your business as a mentor, you can see your annual settlement is 50% greater than that of a solo. Swift does reduce your loaded pay by a nickel a mile to mentor, but you are paid on all your students' miles, and you can clearly see the financial benefit to training. I have mentioned it a few times already, but you can see the benefit in running as a team. It provides the highest pay per mile because you drive down your fixed cost per mile by increasing the miles you drive in a week. Depending on how you pay your co-driver, you then could figure out the benefit to yourself as running as a team. These are the numbers you can use to help judge the value of being an owner-operator. These numbers are based on averages, and if you can produce better than average results, those efforts will show up in your weekly pay. As an independent contractor, there are some important distinctions to clearly understand, such as You are an independent contractor, not an employee of Swift. You are self-employed. You are not eligible for the 401k, medical, and/or dental plans offered to Swift employees. You are responsible for the repairs, maintenance, and upkeep of your truck. Swift will issue you a 1099 at year end. You will be responsible for all applicable taxes, federal, state, etc. As many reasons as there are for drivers to become an owner, there are probably even more reasons why some are not successful. Below is some of the more frequent ones we do see. The I don't owner does not seem to be very successful at Swift. The owners who only want things to go their way every time. The owners who think that they should always be allowed to cut to the front of the line. The owners who will only pull the perfect load with the perfect miles with the perfect velocity tend not to do very well. Owners that don't manage their fuel tend to get frustrated with their net pay and then eventually throw in the towel. These owners are the ones that idle their trucks 75% of the time in the summer and then drive with their foot to the floorboard all year long. In order to have cash available when you need it most, you have got to be disciplined not only to create a budget, but most importantly, follow your budget. Unforeseen family problems or medical issues that greatly reduce the amount of time available to work are also very hard on owners. And finally, safety is always our number one priority. And for those owners that choose not to be safe and meet our safety standards, we'll have their contracts terminated. This list is not all inclusive of the reasons owners fail in their business, but they are some of the more likely stumbling blocks that we see. I think the greatest asset Swift has for our drivers is our great terminal network of driver leaders, fleet leaders, and terminal leaders. Your home terminal will be your biggest supporter and your first point of contact for most of your needs. Developing and keeping a really good relationship with your home terminal is important. Communication, teamwork, and respect are great ways to develop and enhance that relationship. When it comes to your truck, the Swift shops and the on-road team are right there to assist. There are many other teams that work more in the background to assist you, such as the settlements team, fuel tax, permits, and the rep response team. In addition to our support teams, we also offer several support programs. Swift offers loans on a limited basis to help assist with unexpected repair bill or to help cover your business expenses if you are down for a period of time with an illness. Swift offers you the opportunity to set up a maintenance account with us that will set aside money on a per mile basis so that is available when needed to pay for repair. Advances are available to owner-operators to help get some cash in hand ahead of your weekly settlement. As with a lot of things in life, a little of something may be okay, but a lot may not be good. As an owner, you only want to take advances if absolutely necessary. If you lease your tractor from IEL, they also offer some assistance by possibly holding your tractor payment for a week to help out while your truck is in the shop or if you have some unexpected time off the road. If you have that entrepreneurial spirit and that determined drive for success, being an owner-operator here at Swift is a great opportunity for you. There is a sense of pride and accomplishment when you talk to our current owner-operators. It's a pride of running your own successful business, and it's not just about the opportunity to make more money as an owner. Most of the owners I talk to are most proud of their safety and service record. They understand that safely delivering on time is the foundation of their success. As an owner, you will have choices on how you run your business, and then see the benefits of those efforts reflected in your weekly settlements. For example, as you improve your miles per gallon by reducing your idle or slowing down your truck, those cost savings translate into increased weekly pay. As you work hard to really maintain a well-maintained truck, you will see those savings show up in your pay. Owning and running your own successful business is a big accomplishment that is in reach if you're committed and work hard. Being an owner-operator is not about the truck, it's about you. But there sure is something great about having a truck to call yours. You keep the truck the way you want it. It's your truck, your ride. You can do this. If you qualify for a truck, it means you have the proven track record that you have what it takes to produce the miles, safety, and service needed to run your own business. So in addition to that, you need the additional knowledge and skills to maintain your truck and manage a business. Swift is available to provide guidance and support on servicing your truck, and companies like ATBS are there to help manage the business side of being an owner-operator. For more information, please call our onboarding team at 1-800-467-6016. You can purchase what we're calling the Swift Pre-Cabs books and CDs for $20. It's similar to material I covered here today, but in a lot more detail. You can talk with any of our current owner-operators. Feel free to ask your home terminal leadership, and finally research some additional information on the web. I really thank you for your time. I hope you found this information both informative and helpful. We know that to have the best owner-operator program in the country, we have got to have a program that provides a win-win with all of our owners. If you have any questions at all, please call our recruiting team. Even if you're not interested today, we would be more than glad to answer any questions you may have. We are working to get several more types of these classes out on Swift University, so search for owner-operator classes for our latest material. We will have more in-depth classes available on tractor maintenance, owner settlements, fuel management, and the owner-operator money-making model. Again, thank you for your time and be safe.